dun, uh, uh.
That was cool, huh?
Yeah, the metronome.
Yeah. Oh my god. All right.
Let's get squeaky ready.
Yeah.
All
We're
right.
here.
We're the Rhineharts.
Yep. At it again.
Having a conversation.
Yeah. I think in an outfit I've probably worn before.
I have not worn this one before. This is a fresh thrift find.
Yeah.
This
you went
cardigan anyway.
thrifting yesterday.
This didn't come from that though. This is from last month. It's just my first time wearing it.
Yeah. Well. But you did go thrifting
I
and you got some
did.
other fresh finds.
You are correct.
Yeah. The coolest one being the poncho.
Yeah, I always happen to find just like the best things for you.
Yeah.
And
I'm
then
lucky.
Huh?
I said I'm lucky.
Yeah. Wish it was the case for me. I do find some really cool things on occasion. I don't usually go in being like, oh yeah, like I specifically am looking for something. I have an ongoing list of things that if I see, I basically, like if it works for that thing, I'll like just get it because it's on the list. Yesterday I found a linen tank top. The one I found was a crop top and it buttons up the front, but it is a linen tank top and it fits and it's cute. So, check.
Yeah. Met the requirements, I
It-
guess.
It did. It
You
was
can buy it.
it's like a mustard color. It's very cute, honestly. Yeah,
Nice.
but I always find really wacky shirts for you, which is basically what you're into. And you have been wanting a poncho for a while.
Ever since I saw our friend's poncho,
Yeah.
I was like, dude, that's sick.
Yeah, and his poncho is different, I will say, but it is very cool poncho. I found like a traditional like Mexican blanket poncho,
Yeah.
and it's like long, so it goes to like the knees. It's very,
Yeah.
very cool.
It's pretty sweet.
It's my most expensive find from yesterday. I don't-
Still not astronomical or anything.
No,
but
$24, just in case you were curious.
Yeah. What the cost of a poncho at a thrift store in Portland cost?
Honestly, I think less. I will say I'm on the quit. Stop licking the couch. Hazel, everyone. I will say I did go around, and it's like interesting how even if you're going to Goodwill, the prices vary from store to store.
Yeah. It's never consistent.
Right. It's
You're
just like
at the whims of the price marker on the day that the item is marked.
Exactly. And hello.
You just gotta work around it.
I am trying. Okay. But just don't kiss my mouth. That's all I want. I smell different. And it's because I have a new scalp serum.
Oh, you got it on.
Yeah, I think it made my bangs kind of oily, but also at the same time, my hair is still wet, so it's hard to tell. I like semi-dried it. So,
That would make it hard to tell.
yeah.
Wet and oily basically look the same thing in hair, or look
Yeah.
the same way.
I have that dry scalp situation.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I don't have what's it called? Dandruff. Is this TMI? Talking about fungus and stuff on the head. I just have really dry skin.
River, excuse you.
So when I use like dandruff stuff to try to get rid of like any kind of like dryness going on, it doesn't fix the problem. In fact, it does nothing for me. So I got a scalp exfoliating scrub, which was super invigorating. I don't think my hair's ever felt so clean. It was like squeaking clean by the time I was done shampooing. It's impressive.
Some pretty clean hair.
Yeah, so we'll see how it fares. And then it's just like some rosemary oil to help moisturize. It's going to be a good day. for this hair. Good little hair day. Thank you. That's enough. Thank you.
Nice. Well, how have you been? How's life?
Good. Just still rocking and rolling with school, and just still rocking and rolling with these dogs. And you, rocking and rolling. Rock and roll.
Yeah.
We had to bring our Subaru in today. That didn't happen, though. And not because of them, it was because of us.
Yep.
It's something else I just realized.
It's whatever.
Meh.
It's not like that shop's going somewhere.
No. How are you? What's been up?
I'm pretty tired. I've not recovered from... I got to go snowboarding yesterday.
Woohoo.
It was pretty awesome. Sending it pretty hard. My my mind was willing, but my body is different than it used to be. I'm feeling it today. So, but it was super fun. Went with a military friend, so I basically pushed the military out of my mind, and then every time I'm around one of my friends from the military, it's like my entire personality. So,
Yeah.
always good to have I don't know, day of that every once in a while.
I think it's good for you. It's like some really close friends of yours.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
snow was, I would say,
Mid.
average. Yeah, it wasn't super awesome fresh snow. It was pretty icy, but it was a nice day because the weather was pretty perfect for most of the day. So
Yeah.
which is nice, and I haven't been in a long time. So I actually had my lift ticket on from the last time I went. It was in March of 2020.
Oh.
So it's been quite a long time.
Got it. You went with the same person.
Yeah. Yep. But it was awesome. Super sick. I am still super tired, though.
Yeah.
My body is still super tired.
We did go to the gym over your lunch break.
Heck yeah.
It was a very efficient
Yeah.
day, honestly.
It's a very quick and serious lift.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of time to dilly-dally. I don't know I have a hour-long lunch break, but by the time you get there and by the time you get home and stuff, and changing and
Yeah.
gotta be quick.
It was.
Intentional.
It was swift. I think it's so funny. We haven't gone in a week, and then before that we just went once that week. Like, we did our split, and then the week before that we had the snowstorm.
Yeah.
If you've been listening,
The ice storm really kind of
there's been a lot of episodes between them. now.
jacked everything up.
Yeah. But I will say it's fine. Everything's good. And when we were going today, I just kind of thought, I just felt really confident. Like, I could lift a little bit heavier than I normally do. And the gym we go to doesn't have 2.5 increments. It has just 5 increments. Like
So you
5
just
5 pound
went
increments.
for it.
I did. And so I was reaching failure almost every time, around 5 or 6.
Right
Which
now,
was-
struggle bus.
Honestly, I think it's fine. It's whatever. It's, we got in there, we did it. I think that's the most important part.
Yeah.
But definitely it's just one of those things.
One of those things.
Yeah.
We had a lot of really good momentum, and then we just kind of lost it after the ice storm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and then you started up school. I started up work.
Yeah, I was already in the midst of school. I've got 2 weeks left of actual coursework, and then I take my final, and then I'm going on a work trip almost immediately after that. So I'm kind of just in there, in the gear.
In the throes of it.
I am. So it's been going on for a bit, but the ice storm was, it was a lot. It did it did throw us off. It threw us off. It did throw us off.
It did throw us off.
No, because I was like dieting and everything. I was like really, really doing the most to get that protein in. And I mean, we did pretty good today. We had like a really protein rich lunch. It could be better.
Yeah, always room for improvement, I guess. So.
Yeah. Give it some time and probably hit it again in March once I have. Well, this will be after March for you guys probably, but I have more freedom in March to really marinate and think about things. So come up with more of a plan of attack and kind of stick to it. Have the time to do that. Make it a routine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to get swole.
I feel like by the time I get used to my work schedule, it'll be right as I finish my training, and then I'll go to my shift, and my shift will be different. I'll have to get used to a new work schedule.
Well, and that'll be fun too, because you'll have an even longer lunch. So on days when I don't have work, which is basically every day that you have work, we can still go over your lunch.
Yeah, I mean, technically it's the same amount of lunch. You just get more breaks. And where I used to work, the people I worked with, they would take it all at once. I don't think you're supposed to do that, though.
That's fair.
Yeah, yeah. But I don't know. But yeah, it would be good though to go over lunch still, 'cause I won't be getting off till later.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be hard.
And I'll already be here.
Yeah.
We have opposite schedules once you start your shift.
Yep. You'll be off and I'll be working, and then you'll be working and I'll be off.
That's right. So speaking of being swole, can we just talk about Abby, aka Abs, from The Last of Us Part 2?
Yeah, and how jacked she is.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Absolutely yoked.
Absolutely. Spoilers if you haven't played Part 2.
Dude, isn't it like a decade old at this point?
Well, yes, but also people are just now getting into The Last of Us, and there's likely going to be a season 2. So, and I don't know how similar the show's going to be to the actual video game, but
the first
season 1 was almost verbatim. So, if you're not interested,
yeah,
fast forward
a little bit.
Yeah. So anyway, damn, she is yoked.
Yeah.
Damn. Hot
Yeah.
damn.
I'm curious to see if they gonna get like a ripped lady to play her in the show, you think?
I mean, maybe.
Just get some
I don't know.
beefcake.
Honestly. And like, I don't think it'd be hard necessarily to find someone. I don't know. There's like a lot of ladies who are that strong, and like they got the thickness going on with the muscles.
I feel like there's not a lot of overlap though between the ladies that look like that and the ladies that are actresses.
Well,
because like most actresses, I feel like are pretty small. Because it's like the Hollywood thing.
Well, right. And I will say that stereotypically, if you are slim, you will book more roles. And that's just kind of the vanity of Hollywood. I think that that's changing as the years go on. Because, like, in the 90s, it was, like, heroin chic skinny. Like, Jennifer Aniston, she had, like, an interview, and she was told by her agent, basically, if she doesn't lose weight, she won't get picked up for roles. And so she lost the weight, and she started getting picked for roles immediately.
Nice.
Yeah.
Don't let your dreams be dreams, I guess.
I'm just saying. So it's, toxic, yes, but at the same time, it's like the person they picked for Ellie for season 1.
Bella Ramsey.
Yeah, I don't.
Right? I think that's her name.
Yeah, I think that she makes it an amazing Ellie, and honestly, I think that she was the best choice for that role. However, when you're looking at the actual video game, the person I see as Ellie is the person who actually did the voice for Ellie. And she was in the show. She she plays Ellie's mom. The character, the voice actor of Ellie played Ellie's mom, in like a flashback with one of the Fireflies.
A little too old to play Ellie though. Now.
No, for sure. But someone who looks like her, I was like, I don't know, like, because that's what the video game is. So, I mean, we'll see. You're right, though. I'm interested to see who they're gonna pick.
Yeah. Who do you think the most yoked female actress is that you've ever seen?
I don't think I've seen one.
Yeah, right. I'm like scratching my brain, like She-Hulk.
Well, I just think
I never watched that. That's just like what I think of. I'm like, I don't know. I've never seen like a yoked actress.
Yeah, I think it'll be more just like someone who
just be normal, probably
a normal person, and if anything, they will be given 6 to 8 months to basically bulk and put on muscle.
Yeah, I feel like they'll probably just be kind of normal looking.
Yeah.
Might be wrong though.
I think it will be interesting also because there's flashbacks in the part 2. And 1, will they do the flashbacks? And 2, will the same actress be yoked for today and not yoked for yesterday?
I don't know. Yeah.
Because,
same with Ellie. Is it
yeah.
going to be the same actress that it was? Just playing Ellie all the way through flashbacks and also like as an 18-year-old or whatever.
I mean, I hope so, but I was curious also about that. Because
really change her.
I don't even know if they're slated to do season 2 or if they've gotten confirmation that they're filming it or anything like that. I mean, I'm assuming because it was a big success as far as I understand, but
I mean, I never looked into it, but
it's like pop culture there for a second.
Yeah.
Cordyceps. Yeah.
What's cool is that's a real thing.
Yeah.
Makes ants kill themselves at tall places.
I didn't know that.
I think it's the same one, yeah.
That's crazy.
Fun fact for you. Or not
crazy.
Fun if you're an ant.
Pretty terrifying if you're an ant. So that'll be interesting. Because I was thinking about that too. Like, how's old Bella going to age up and age down? And I think that'll be... I mean, hopefully they'll get the budget to do some cute effects, practical or CGI.
I don't know.
Because that's what they did with like Brad Pitt and Benjamin Button.
I forgot about that.
They gave him that sick CGI retouching.
Bro, that movie was a trip.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't there? Do you remember that movie Looper with Bruce Willis and Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
I sure did.
And they did prosthetics and stuff to make them look like each other.
Yeah, that was sick.
Interesting.
That was super sick. I still want to talk about The Last of Us though.
Yeah, we can. I like it.
There's just a lot to unpack there. So I think the last time that we did a podcast, we were talking about
probably Uncharted.
And so we've played through the first 3 Uncharteds.
No, we've played through all 4.
Oh, all 4 Uncharteds. Excuse me. We've done 1 through 4.
DLC. We have one DLC.
I thought there was another one where you can play as Chloe.
Yeah,
you said the DLC.
Yeah.
Oh.
Lost Legacy or whatever.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, anyway, there's that. But then we started playing The Last of Us.
We've played the first 3 Uncharted's, Last of Us 1,
and then
Uncharted 4, Last of Us Part 2.
And we're a little bit more than halfway.
Yeah.
We're day 2 as Abby right now.
Yeah. We grind them out. We get these games going. And
we can't stop.
Yeah, we're like, dude, we got to keep going.
Freight train for success.
They are compelling.
I mean, they're really good. I will say, nice. I will say, holy shitballs, I fucking hated the fact that we had to play as Abby.
Yeah.
I mean, I fucking hated it.
I liked it, but only because you said, I do not want to play as Abby. And then, bam, there it is. Got to play as her right after you said it. It was perfect universal timing.
Literally right after that happened, I was like, okay, I don't want to play this game anymore.
Yeah, and then I just played it for the next hour.
I will say that her weapons are way more clutch.
I think they're more fun. It's more fun to play as her too. She's more aggressive.
I like playing as Ellie more because Ellie has the pocket knife.
Well, that's fair.
And she's also it's like they have the physics of the two characters as different, because I feel like I can weasel my way out of situations as Ellie really easy, but as Abby, I feel like once you're in the throes of it and someone grabs you, you're gone. You
I feel like
playing from checkpoint.
I feel like they make it so you kind of are supposed to like play them in different play styles. Like
No,
the
for sure.
mechanics are like, you know, all the same or whatever, but I feel like Abby you can play a lot more aggressively with less risk of just dying immediately.
And I'm definitely a let's wait it out and see kind of person.
Yeah. You're much more cautious. I think that's what it is. You're more cautious and I'm less cautious.
Yeah.
So you like to play as Ellie because it's like a more quiet, cautious, slow. Abby, you can just jump in and fist fight people to death. It's
Well, especially with the Seraphites that in the show or in the game, they just come out swinging with these ginormous hammers.
yeah, I don't know where they
like
keep
it's
getting them.
cool. Yeah.
I've never seen a big ass hammer in my entire life. Yeah, I don't know where those dudes are finding them in the apocalypse.
I mean, honestly. Okay, so interesting thing. You told me that way long ago you saw kind of like a Reddit thread or something like that happening where people were talking about the character of Abby being trans or something like that.
Yeah, I can't remember it, so I'm gonna probably misspeak. I don't think it was I don't know that it was a Reddit thread or where I saw it. It was definitely online somewhere though.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was either people were like upset that Ellie was like full blown gay, or they were upset and they thought that Abby was trans because she's like masculine, I guess.
Yeah.
We started playing. I immediately was like, dude, she's not trans. She's just
Yoked.
Yeah, yeah.
Yoked.
She is yoked.
Goodness.
But yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. A lot of people were like upset, I think, when the game came out originally. Oh.
Here comes Coney.
Yeah. River. Another update. She's in a Amazon cone because she's been scratching
Don't
herself.
out me like that.
What do you mean?
This
Out you?
Amazon cone. She's in a comfortable cone that I found on Amazon.
That's what I meant. Yeah, when I said I just
Well, it's
meant
not Amazon brand.
It's not like a hard plastic cone. Here, you can see it if you're watching.
If you're watching at home, here's River's
This
cone.
is River. It doesn't look like her. It looks like a cone.
Yeah.
But she's in there somewhere.
She's got like a scabby on her rear end that she won't leave alone.
Yeah, she's been chewing her skin up and making it all irritated, and she just won't stop. So we had to stop her.
Yeah.
We make lots of jokes about her, though. There is no river. There is only cone.
Only the clone.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
cone knows.
Yesterday, I was like, he called her River or something, and I was like, they did used to call me that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
We give her a hard time.
Yeah. Well, she gives us a hard time too.
Yeah.
Just.
Really, she's done it to herself, too. If she didn't...
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I get it, because I'm a scratcher myself. If I have an itch, I would scratch
Look.
myself raw.
Before we got this thing, you found her little I want to be scratch spot, and every single time that you touched it, she'd like kick her leg up and down. And
I
then we
just
thought
thought-
that was funny that she was doing that.
Well, that's like what dogs... It's like cute when dogs do it. It's like, oh, I found a spot that you like.
Yeah, it is
So
cute.
I was like, oh, she likes it. I didn't know it was like all irritated and stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure it felt good when you were patting on it
Yeah, and I was scratching and she'd be like, "Ka-ka-ka-ka-ka-ka-ka."
with her little back leg.
And I was like, dude, I'm the best scratcher in this house right now.
You are. That's just, good for you.
I didn't know that I was gonna wound her.
You didn't wound her. She already was.
Yeah, it was already kind of.
It's not like you were getting in there like scratching with your nails. You were just giving
Yeah.
her like little pats. And she loved it.
Loved it, yeah.
Or like little, we call them scritchies, but it's just like a.
Yeah. And now she's got that cone life.
Yeah. Yo.
It's so funny when she whips her head around, dude. It makes me laugh every time. The other day she ran through the
Okay,
house,
sorry.
dude. She was like a fucking ping pong ball because she doesn't know where the edges of the
Oh
cone
my
are.
gosh, that's
she,
everything.
Like, bumped into like 7 things in a row. Oh my god, it was so
Bing,
funny.
bing, 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 bing.
We were just talking about it, and then we like looked down, and we were going to the bedroom, and she like, bah, bah, bah.
It was pretty good timing.
It was awesome,
Um,
and it doesn't hurt her because the cone's soft, so it just
Yeah.
kinda, like, folds up or whatever.
it does fold up, and she can lay in it, which is why I chose that cone. When Hazel got fixed, we had to get a hard plastic cone from the vet, and it was like, I don't know. I want to say I remember paying like $30 for it, and it was just like plastic with like another piece of plastic that you tied around their neck. This is way better. It's Velcro. There is like a drawstring, but it's not, I don't know, it doesn't feel as like aggressive as tying plastic onto their neck.
Sorry, I've never seen her. She like was playing with her toy and she got it into her cone. So.
It was just sitting on her cone.
She's just like looking around with it. Yeah.
Where'd my toy go? I don't know. Where is it?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure that's more comfortable than the vet ones because they're like hard plastic. There's no way that can be comfortable like on your neck and stuff.
She scooped it up into her cone and then put it back down.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
people, I think, didn't like The Last of Us originally when it came out, or the second game. They're like, "This is dumb."
I love the fact that Ellie is gay.
Me too. We were both like, "Hell yeah!"
And also, yeah, exactly. And then the whole thing with Abby being super masculine, quote unquote, or like she's just like yoked. She like her whole like story is revenge.
Yeah.
So, like, she basically, like, we talked about this already, but she just, like, was working out and working out and working out so much. Like, and there's, like, contextual clues that was the case.
They do explain it in the game. Like, they totally give a valid reason of, like,
why she looks like that.
Why she's jacked. Yeah.
She doesn't come out and say it. She doesn't necessarily say, like, I work out so I can, you know, get my revenge.
No, but there's, like, cutscenes. She's like, oh, I pushed whatever. I pushed this amount of weight.
I benched 185 today.
So it's like very clear that she takes her exercise
very seriously. And then like the through line for her character is like just revenge. I don't like her yet. Yeah. I feel like she's making concessions first. I just don't like Abby. I think that it's really badass that she has this revenge story. I think if the story was originally about her, I wouldn't hate her so much.
Yeah, we just like the other characters because we played a whole...
Cone.
Yeah. Thanks, River. Wait, don't mess with it. Just put it exactly where it was. Well, kind of. Well, scoot it out to the left. It'll be in the frame.
Well, people at home, I'm not a light technician.
Yeah.
And now I have two microphones. Microphones. So a story for everyone at home. Well,
I'm tired of overproduced podcasts.
He's tired of overproduced podcasts by rich people. That's what he just said. We're underproduced. Well, I mean, technically, we're not necessarily rich.
Yeah, I'd say we're
like lower middle class.
Yeah.
I don't know. The poverty line is just so high.
I don't know where the cutoff is between poor and middle class.
Yeah. I think middle class is still poor, though,
right?
In this economy.
Like probably on like the cusp, because we're not like destitute by any means.
No,
I mean,
can
we're
still
making a
afford
podcast and playing The Last of Us.
Go thrifting all the time. Well, like once a
go
month, but
thrifting
still.
and stuff. I just went snowboarding, which is like the richest, whitest thing you can do, probably.
Well, right. And then, you know, I am making potato leek soup with organic potatoes.
We're not poor, we're Irish.
Yeah, you know. It's a French recipe, but
is it?
Yeah.
Never mind then.
It's like vichyssoise. Vichyssoise?
Yeah, I'm sure that's how they say it.
You know, I know the story, and that's all that matters. It's Julia Child's favorite soup. And you like it. And that's that.
Potato soup.
Potato leeks.
Special, because I used to be like, soup, dude, that's not a meal. I still feel that way, but your potato soup is pretty good.
She's a thicky nar too.
Yeah.
And we'll have toast with it.
I like them thick, Hazel. You know what I'm saying?
I feel old when I say this. There's something like a good soup.
Yeah, you sound old.
you, man.
Not when you say that, just all the time.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
You're like what, like a year, two?
Huh?
You're like what, like a year older than me? She's somewhat of a cradle robber herself. Just
I
somewhat.
am.
Yeah.
But only for you.
I'm special.
I'm different. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, we like gay Ellie.
I
And we don't like Abby, but it's
my
not
gosh,
because
she's-
she's buff. It's because
Or
she
the
killed
fact-
our favorite character.
Yeah. Honestly, and then she's all smug about it. She's going around town saving people that she's enemies with because she feels guilty. Look, bitch.
Yeah.
You didn't feel that guilty. One person saved your life. Boom. Other person saves your life. Oh, I better go check on them again in the morning after I go to safety. Fuck you.
I will say it was pretty funny. We're like talking about it, and I was like, well, if it was a parent, we were both like, our parents? No. For each other? Yes.
Well,
We'd seek some revenge, but for a parent, probably not.
I mean, if I were in her... No, actually, it's just kind of like this. She did train for 4 years to be able to seek her revenge. And if I were in the apocalypse, there's no way that I would be as lenient about being not yoked, you know? But I don't think that I'd necessarily be like pumping iron in the gym like Abby. I
Yeah.
think that I would just be doing hard manual labor. And that would make me strong, so to speak.
Yeah. Well, she's a soldier.
No, 100%. But
And-
isn't everyone in the apocalypse?
No, not everyone.
If you fight, you're a soldier, though. You know.
Yeah, but they're grouped because there's so many of them. They're not all. Only a few of them. Or I don't know how many.
The
a few.
doctor went on rounds.
Yeah, but she's a medic. So they need medics. The
Look.
military has medics. You're married to one.
Honey, I'm not being really literal with the idea of like, oh
Listen.
yeah, soldiers. It's just that, like, every single person in that game has to fight for their life at some point.
Yes.
Or has had to. That's what I mean by being
Yeah.
a soldier. I don't mean like literally. She
Well,
is literally a soldier. I'm just
yeah,
saying
like
that
for her group. Or
everyone
whatever.
else in that game basically like knows how to use a gun and
Yeah.
everything else. So that's all.
Well, and to your point, yes, I think everyone in the game has had to fight at some point. What's her
Yeah.
nuts? Ellie's friend was like, I killed someone at 10.
Dina.
Yeah.
Poor Dina.
So
Oh boy.
I do think they all fight. Kind of crazy though, yeah. Because I would think in the apocalypse, no one would. That's like such a privilege to be able to burn extra calories to get extra big, in a time when like people are like, you have to like survive. You know, there's not enough food for everyone and stuff.
No, for sure. That's
so pretty surprising. But she did say there's thousands of them, and they did have like a pretty legit little community thing. So
she's so shitty.
I think I'd be on that Rick Grimes diet, dude. Just eating dog food or whatever the fuck.
Yo, he became so crazy. Speaking of other zombies, did you I showed you they're coming out with a spin-off series between him and Michonne.
Oh, I'm good.
I mean, I'll probably tune in.
I'd rather buy their comic books or something. If
Well,
I was
you already
gonna buy
did.
no, there's spin-offs though. There's like a Negan comic. There's all sorts of comics,
Oh.
and like that's what it's all based on. And the shows fucking suck. So like,
What's up, Cone?
I mean, the beginning of The Walking Dead was pretty tight. The end of The Walking Dead, that was a slog, dude. That was rough.
The comics were better.
Yeah. And we haven't even technically finished them, and we just know
No,
that
we
they're
did.
better. No, we didn't. We didn't finish the last one.
I thought we did.
Well, you thought wrong, sister.
Oh, well.
Still have like a chapter left or something, like an issue. We have all the
The compendiums.
the compendiums, yeah, of The Walking Dead. We read it together. But yeah, I don't know, dude. The ending of The Walking Dead, no thanks. I
The
don't
one
want,
on TV?
yeah. I don't want more of that, dude. I'm so good.
Ow. Man.
You did though. You sent me the trailer, and I was like intrigued, but
I'll probably tune in.
I just don't really have a lot of faith in like television productions these days. HBO, they tend to always put out good stuff. Other than them, I don't know. And even HBO, like, I'm sure not everything they put out is good, but everything I watched from them I like. Game of Thrones is a good example. The ending of it was rough.
Yes. But I was totally just in it to win it for Game of Thrones. Like,
I liked it.
it became so gross and just like hard, honestly, really hard to watch. And Game of Thrones was still better than The Walking Dead towards the end. 1,000 times.
Dude, the ending of The Walking Dead, yeah, just trash.
Trash.
Dude, not good at all.
Trash. And I like Michonne. I'm glad that, you know, she's... It's just that, like, the main storyline is similar. It's not the same story, though.
Yeah.
It's definitely... Anyway, did you ever watch Fear the Walking Dead? I did not. I've heard it's a shitty off-brand.
Never did and probably never will. If they came out with like a Daryl before the Walking Dead show, I might give that a shot.
Oh, fuck yeah, Daryl.
He's like the best change from the comic books. He's not even in the comic books.
No.
But
he's great.
His character is awesome.
Him and Merle.
Merle, not so much.
Yeah, I hate Merle.
I'm here for my close-up.
She was like sitting right here, half up here, and just like her cone was in front of my face for a minute.
Yeah.
The hairiest house.
It's in front of my face now.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of some other zombie stuff, but
28 days and 28 weeks later. Fabulous
those are movies. Yeah,
movies.
those are good.
So good. I'm also loosely Fallout has like ghouls, like rabid ghouls. They're kind of zombie-ish. Those are pretty cool. When I was like a freshman in high school, well, when I was in middle school, really, this game came out, but it was the guy in the mall and the zombie apocalypse and
oh, where
what
you
is
just
that
like
called?
run around killing millions of them.
Yeah. I mean, there's a storyline.
There's like 4 or 5 of those games now.
Yeah. I couldn't get past like the first part of the second one, and this was before the advent of looking every little thing up online. So I just turned it.
Back in the prehistory days.
It wasn't that even like long ago, maybe like 10, 12 years ago. I guess it was a while ago.
It wasn't even that long.
It was
ago.
probably longer than that. Yeah, I mean, I didn't look it up to be like, what am I missing? Like I would today. Like I would just be like, I'm not having fun anymore, but I want to keep on playing this game because I paid for it.
What do I do?
Yeah. Google how to get past first part of game.
If you lived in The Last of Us, what group would you want to be part of? Because they're all basically psychotic. They're not all psychotic, but like they all have to do psychotic things to survive.
No, I'd rather live in Jackson with everyone. I mean, it's like living in a town.
Yeah.
And I can get behind that.
I wonder if those people ever do anything psychotic, though, and it's just, like, not mentioned because it's not, part of the story, really.
I mean, yes.
Because Joel and Tommy and all them have definitely done psychotic things.
100%. And I think everyone has a past in that show. It's just that we don't know their past. And we all know. I mean, going into it, we all know that Joel did what he had to do to survive, and then some.
Yeah. Even Tommy was like, in the first one, was like resentful towards him. He's like, it wasn't worth it. Stupid.
Well, and Tommy joined the Fireflies too, and he did some fucked up things in the Fireflies.
Yeah.
It is what it is. That does not excuse. Look, okay, so just like really, I'm just gonna spell it out. I'm gonna spell it out. Abby killing Joel. Okay. Big spoiler, so sorry. I told you to fast forward. Abby kills Joel and then saves 2 Seraphites that basically get in trouble from their group. Okay, so here's the deal. Joel and Tommy find her and save her from getting killed.
Yeah.
And then she goes and kills Joel after torturing him in front of Tommy and Ellie.
Well, she didn't torture him in
Well-
front of Ellie. Ellie showed up afterwards.
She
She killed him in front of Ellie.
and she saw that his leg was like his kneecap was
Yeah,
missing
he was
or
like laying
something
on the
like
ground face down, like basically dead already.
that. Terrible. And then later on, she's like literally in a noose.
Basically, she's getting lynched.
She's about to get lynched. She's like off the ground, like
Yeah.
trying not to have her neck break, basically. Just
Well, it wouldn't break. You would strangle you. You got to drop for it to break.
okay, you got me there. I don't know how the knees work.
Dude, you
Sorry.
don't remember when who was it? Saddam Hussein's son or whatever got hung?
I specifically did not watch that and didn't know that happened.
Ripped his head off.
All right, moving on. You are
Little fun history for you guys.
sadistic.
Well, I'm
just gonna stop you from talking about that further. Let's get back to
bro, it's kind of funny. I don't
no.
know.
Anyway, so she's
Anyway.
like swinging about basically, and these two kids show up and they're like in trouble. So the Seraphites start to try to kill them, and then there's the zombies are coming, and they like cut her down and then get her like the three of them get to safety together, and then Abby leaves, and then Abby has a bad dream about them and goes back to see if they're
Yeah.
safe, and then continues to keep them safe after that. And it's just
Yeah.
like, the fuck? You hate this group of people? They've
Yeah.
killed many of your friends. Interesting. So interesting. Interesting.
Well,
Huh.
I do think
Wow.
the difference is Joel killed her dad. Those girls, they've killed people that are part of her group, but that doesn't mean they've killed anyone she cares about. Joel murdered her dad. She knows that for a fact.
Well, every single Firefly that was in that hospital.
Sure, yeah, all of them. He murdered everyone that was there. Her dad was one of them.
I just I don't see how you can be so trusting and heartwarmed towards a group, like towards people who have had direct impact on the life of your loved ones. It just, to me,
Yeah.
it's not apples and oranges. To me, it's apples and apples. Maybe like a red apple and a green apple,
Yeah,
but
I
it's
don't-
still apples.
I don't know about all that. Well, the Seraphites she saves are also being hunted by the other Seraphites. So they're like a little, they're apostates technically. They're no longer Seraphites.
Do you think it would have mattered?
I mean, I would have, I don't know.
I kept on imagining her going and just killing them because she'd already done that before, and that's something that I expected her to. I expected her to turn on them. And when she went back the next day, I was like, "This is interesting."
I expected them to leave her. There was a bit where they
Oh
play it out
yeah,
like they did, and you're like, oh shit, dude,
shouldn't have trusted Scars. Yeah, I remember that.
got left behind.
Oh my gosh, and that was terrifying because I was playing and I was just like running hot laps around this little tiny building because you have to aim to shoot the gun. You can't just like. Anyway, and there's like a big boy, and I didn't have anything to
Yeah.
really get him with, so
She's pretty interesting to watch play the game.
I
Her
get scared.
technique is to start a fight and then just sprint around in circles for
My
20
technique is to
minutes.
hide, and then once I get found, it's usually too late,
Yeah.
and then it's like if I don't run, I die instantly.
I love the Abby chapters, dude. I go off.
You do go off.
I get wild with it. It's pretty fun. You get to use all of her weapons, dude. Ellie, it's like, I'm going to sneak around and throw a bottle over here and stab this guy in the neck, stab that guy in the neck.
I prefer.
Abby, I'm like, I'm going to pipe bomb these 3 people. They're going to blow up and scream. Their friend's going to run over. I'm going to machete in. My favorite thing to do is to grab the people and then hold them in front of their friends, then shoot their friends and then shoot them while their friend is still alive. They scream for each other. I love it.
You know what I think is really cool?
What?
Abby and Owen. Abby is like more swole than Owen is, stronger than him.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think that's cool.
Pretty yoked. Well, come on, dude. When are you going to be my muscle mommy?
I don't want to be your muscle mommy. I just thought that it was. Like, you know, the whole thing is just like she was not created for the male gaze.
Yeah. I just remembered there's a guy named Video Game Donkey. I watch his funny video game YouTube videos.
What a name.
Yeah. He's an old YouTuber. But when the game came out or whatever, he made one and he called it Last of Them because I think of all the outrage and stuff. He loves the games. He thinks they're great. I agree. I think they're awesome.
I want a part 3. We haven't even finished part 2. I'm like, I want a part 3.
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7.
I will say this. They made Ellie gay, and then we saw Abby, and we're like, well, Abby's got to be gay.
Yo, okay, so on the synopsis on the PlayStation Store, it literally says, live through Ellie and Abby's story. And in my head, I'm just like, well, I know Ellie's gay.
Yeah.
Is this her lover? And then we started playing,
Nope.
and then it was like, I was like, interesting. She gets saved by Joel and Tommy, and I'm like, oh, does she forgive him? Like, oh, this is kind of cute. Like, I wonder what kind of thing they're going to end up facing together. And then, lo and fucking behold, they're enemies.
When they said play Ellie and Abby's story, they just meant play as Ellie and also as Abby.
Yeah, it's kind of misleading in my opinion. And then also, you know, to be just judgmental, like I said, Abby was not created for the male gaze. And so playing a video game, which is predominantly like a dude thing, you know, it's just like the assumptions are there. But I can get behind it. I mean, like, outside of the fact that Abby killed my favorite character of the series, she is a cool character. I think it's pretty badass. I think that it's really like empowering to like to play as someone who's just like not only so like mentally strong but also physically strong, who is like just so like aggressive with her fighting stance and whatever else. And then even like the romantic relationship she has with this guy in the story, like she's like, he's not emasculated by her, which is also really nice. It's you know, I'm reading a lot into this video game, but I think it's
like you are.
I think it's like good for women.
I'm like, I like to kill people in front of their friends. You're like, it's so empowering.
I do. I think it's a good message for people to like see that. Any single thing that you do where there's kind of like exposure to that, it breaks down these stereotypes and it breaks down like this misunderstanding I think that people have in certain instances, such as like a lot of people thought that she was trans or whatever.
We still need to look that up.
I don't know.
We don't really know the history. Could have been.
I immediately thought that she was going to be Ellie's lover.
Yeah.
You know, I just to be like for real, I just think it's really wonderful to like in this day and age we have a video game where like none of that stuff is true. However, she, you know, every single character in The Witcher that's not like an old crone is made for the male gaze. Yeah. Every single character in Uncharted is made for the male gaze.
Hang on. In The Witcher, you don't know this because you don't know all the lore in The Witcher.
All right.
You literally have to be hot to be a witch. That's the lore.
Okay, excuse me.
I agree with you, though.
Sorry. Retract.
But it does.
Crone. Old lady. Grandmother.
Yeah, there's...
You have to be hot to be a witch.
Yeah, like Yennefer, you know, her lilac and gooseberries. She
is a witch.
In the show or whatever, she was like a hunchback and stuff, and she has to like undergo like this like tortuous treatment to become like an attractive female, quote unquote. Yeah.
I gotta watch that show.
Most fans don't like it, but yeah, the first season probably decent. They swapped out the main actor now, so it was Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
They ruined it. That's right, ruined. Not ruined, ruined.
I mean, how can you get better than that? Was he just like not a good, or did he choose not to do it?
No, he was great. He loves The Witcher. He's like, I don't know if you know this about him. He's a huge nerd. He plays like World of Warcraft, The Witcher. He's like a huge fan of the work. So he was like committed to the process, and he was like, I'm going to be the best Geralt ever. And then he left the show over creative differences.
I mean, that checks out. I just feel like you probably just like pure, because I haven't seen the show, purely visual, because I've seen like pictures of him as that character. I mean, bravo, great casting.
Yeah.
So
A little young, but
well, that's fine. I mean, because I think that
he's big and he's ripped, and that's
yeah,
that's the summary.
I'm just like he's like the stereotypical like protagonist guy dude
Yeah.
from a fantasy world.
I love Henry Cavill.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, you should watch the show though. At least, I don't know, see if you like it.
Yeah.
A lot of people shit on it, I think.
Sure.
But I don't know if I've seen anything recently that people don't shit on.
That's like kind of it. People shit on everything.
Yeah, nothing is good.
Let me tell you about a TikTok video that I saw recently. Just speaking of people shitting on things. It was this guy, okay, and he worked at this place. It was like a retail store. And he, I guess, purchases merch from his boss. And his boss was like out of the country, like on vacation. And like for whatever reason, like some kind of time crunch happened. And so like the employee asked the boss, can I close your store for like 20 minutes so I can go to the other store where my merch is and I'll come right back. It's really important that I have this. Da 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 da. And the boss was basically like, no, you're like employed and you're working. Like absolutely not. You could not like close the store. And like apparently that was fine, but there was like more words exchanged about like I guess the employer was like insulting him, and then there was like argument, and then finally like apology from the owner, and then but they kept on fighting, and so the owner finally just was like, I gotta let you go, and so this guy made a TikTok about it.
As one does.
Yeah, and every single comment was about how the boss was right.
Nice.
And I was like, yeah, totally. But like, also, do you think it's appropriate for the boss to insult him because he was asking for a favor? The boss is entitled to say no, but also the boss shouldn't be like insulting him over it.
Dude, the internet's wild. People should just keep their opinions to themselves sometimes.
It's just like nothing is just that one-sided. Just like Abby.
Yeah.
Nothing's that one-sided.
That's
There's
really
always another.
That's really the message of that game is like, there are no rights and wrongs, dude. Everyone is a shade of gray.
Well, and every single thing is a shade of gray. It's just
Yeah.
to be so polarized in an opinion about something, I think is foolish.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. It's
Well,
just
and it's not like I don't know anyone that actually didn't like the game. It's just all like we were just talking about. It's just the nature of the world is people shit on stuff.
yeah, and that's fine. I guess it's just I do think it's just very interesting. This is my polarized opinion. It's just so easy to just see another perspective. And I think that
apparently it's not.
Well,
yeah.
I think that that's from like stubbornness or like obstinance rather than
enough.
like inability to see. It's just like we get so stuck in our ways, like, oh no, I'm right. It's just like none of us are right. Yeah, like Jim Carrey is in like his real spirituality phase. He's always been like a spiritual dude, but he's like reached like another level of like spirituality, and he's basically like none of this matters. Like this is just like
well,
and I think more people need to like hear that message that like none of this matters.
He's also a wildly successful rich person.
Well, and he
so
he got successful because of manifestation. That's what he attributes it to.
Says?
Yeah, he's like a wildly spiritual person.
Fair enough.
Wildly famous, wildly successful. But anyway, it's just he's just an example. Other people are too. And to different extents. And I'm not saying that I am. It's not necessarily like that. It's just saying that, like, I'm just saying that if we just put ourselves in someone else's shoes, we would see that they've traveled a long road, Or if we look at ourselves, taking a step back and looking at ourselves and thinking to ourselves, like, have I made a mistake before?
Not once.
I mean, it's just, and that's what it seems like online. People are just saying I'm just like going off on a tangent now. People just go crazy online, saying just the rudest things.
Yeah.
And then if it's not the rudest things, it's insulting the people for saying the rude things. It's just like, bruh, get off of the computer.
It's easy to have opinions. I don't know. I've been sitting here racking my brain like, have I ever seen a trans character in a game? And then I couldn't think of one. But I played the game Celeste. It's a 2D platformer because those are my favorite. And the creator was trans, and the story is about, I don't know, that struggle. It's just a platformer, so it's not like it's that deep or anything. You know what I'm saying? It's like a pixel art type thing. The game, though, awesome. One of the best platformers, if not the best ever. That's the only one I could think of, though.
Love.
Yeah, well, that's
don't
what we think.
Know that they're trans. We just know that Lily shaved her head, and now they go by Lev.
Well, and she's an apostate.
They are an apostate.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're assuming that.
Well, and like we haven't gotten any story other than just Lev shaved their head.
Yeah, she said, "Why are they after you?" She said, "'Cause I shaved my head." And then after that, I was like, "Oh, only the guys in that group have shaved heads. Everyone
else has like a coronet braid."
And then a little while after that, they're like, "Lily, you shouldn't have come back." And she doesn't go by Lily, or they don't go by Lily. She's like, "Did you hear what they called me?" And Abby's like, "Yeah." "Do you want to ask me about it? Do you want me to ask you about it?" So that's our assumption. And it would track with like that crazy like religious dogmatic group that like being trans is not okay.
Or like acting like a man or doing man stuff wouldn't be okay. So, yeah.
But other than those two, so we've got one 2D platformer that's fucking awesome and one side character maybe in a game.
So yeah,
not a lot of trans representation.
I'm loving the momentum that we're getting here.
Yeah, maybe they should have made
with
Abby
that
trans.
LGB. We just need the T to come up on this. And honestly, I haven't really been seeing that. Oh well, Dina, she's kind of a bicon.
She's bi, yeah.
Yeah. Well, she
had a boyfriend, now she has a girlfriend.
Yeah.
We're saying she's bi.
She's a bicon.
Yeah.
So yeah, if we could get that T and that LGBT in a video game, that would be sick.
What about any gay characters?
I mean, when I have open platform or open world games, I always
make them gay.
Yeah. Well, my characters are always a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And basically, if there's an ability to be romantic with someone, my character is more than likely going to take it.
In those pants, yeah.
Also, my favorite thing to do is play as a very, very masculine man, and his name is always Dick Erectus.
Yeah. Pretty good.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I will say that was the best part of AC Valhalla. Is you can just bang everyone.
Crazy.
I was like, heck yeah. my Ivor is a bicon.
You know what's really funny?
What?
Video game titties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, they figured out the technology to make like bouncy video game titties like 30
years
ago. Yeah, like way long ago.
If you play The Last of Us Part 2, you see some titties.
Well, and the one I'm thinking of is that, what was that volleyball one, dude?
Dead or Alive.
Yeah, that came out in like early 2000s.
They also had a fighting game, which is how I got introduced, as like it was basically Mortal Kombat, but it was with the volleyball girls, but they were wearing like
the skimpiest bikinis.
Yeah, but like Mortal Kombat wear.
Yeah.
For the fighting.
I mean, Mortal Kombat kind of did that with their girls already.
Right, so imagine every single person is that. and just like a different character.
I don't know when that came out, but those games are old. They're like, we have to figure out the physics of the tit.
I mean, they're just standing there and there's just like rippling. Yeah. Big old yitties.
Yeah. What a funny thing to focus on.
That
was like someone's job, for
and
probably
that's
years.
kind of full circle. The male gaze.
Yeah.
And honestly, the titties that you see in The Last of Us Part 2, I mean, I don't really know why I'm talking about this.
Yeah, what about them? I'm curious to see what you're going to say. What do you
They're
think
not
about
dead or
Abby's
alive
titties?
titties.
That's for sure.
They're not.
Yeah. The titties in The Witcher were just typical.
Boobs.
Typical
I
video
think
game
still
boobage.
for the male gaze.
Well, for sure.
100%.
I mean, I feel like the whole game is just male fantasy, but I don't know. It's like written by a dude. It, like you're saying, it feels written for dudes. It doesn't feel like it's written for. I don't know.
And I'm not like. I'm pretty nerdy for video games. I guess I like playing them a lot. I'm just like not like
We just talked about The Last of Us for an hour.
Yeah.
So
I just don't have a Twitch about it. You know what I mean?
not yet.
I'm not like a. What do they call them?
Streamers.
Yeah, no, but like a titty streamer, where like you just sit and like play video games as a girl,
But in like a low cut top.
basically.
And then a bunch of.
Isn't that funny?
Bunch of
How
dudes give
that's
you
a
money.
thing? It's just kind of like.
Guys
So this
do
is it.
Guys do it in not low cut tops, I guess. I don't know.
No, for sure, but it's just like. Unless you have like a crew neck of some sort, like most. Maybe it's me. You have to like specifically look for modest things as a woman. Like if you want something that's like yeah, if you want something that's like trendy and cute, it's gonna be low cut or a crop top. You have to like you could find like button up shirts.
Yeah. You could just wear baggy t-shirts all the time.
But that's what I'm saying though, is it's not necessarily that is a look, but it's not necessarily like a trendy or cute or like whatever look. Yeah. Like, and I say that in quotation marks because a baggy shirt honestly is a sleigh.
I was gonna say it is kind of a trendy, cute look. I don't know. I feel like you could rock it.
But if you want to dress like typically feminine, I'm just saying like the clothing options out there, the majority of them are going to be like whatever. And I'll just go ahead and say this as a woman who has like a full chest. When you wear something that's semi low cut, it becomes very low cut. Because if someone else any of the shirts that have like any kind of décolleté showing are like a little cleavagey on me, whereas like another woman who has like a smaller chest, it wouldn't be cleavagey on them at all. And that's a whole different topic of appropriateness.
What does that have to do with the video game titties and all that?
Well, I think it's just like kind of rich that a woman can't just wear a t-shirt and play a video game on Twitch. Like,
is it not women designing like women's clothes though?
No, not always.
Well, that's fair, not always, but
I mean, when you think of when you think of designers, who's the first one you think of?
I'm gonna say Ralph Lauren, and you already know it.
It's a man.
Yeah, making man's clothes a lot of the time though.
Women's clothes.
I have Ralph Lauren stuff.
Yeah, so do I.
Fair enough. So I guess they make both.
Yeah, most designers do. But do you hear what I'm saying though?
I'm sure there's famous female designers though. I just don't know any.
There are, and I'm not saying there's not, but it's just like you can't necessarily say like, oh well, women design women's clothing. It's just like that's not necessarily true. And even though it's under the umbrella of a name, doesn't mean that there's women designers designing it.
Well, you got me there.
So, anyway, what I'm trying to say is I just think it's rich that a woman can't just be, like, playing a video game. It has to be like, oh, she's wearing a low-cut top, so she's asking for money. She's looking for attention.
Yeah, I don't know. They probably could just play a video game in a t-shirt, but they would probably make a lot less money. For sure.
I mean, whatever. And I'm over here just like, if you can like wear like a shirt that has like just an inch of cleavage and make like I don't know how much every hour.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
Exactly.
Capitalize on that BS. Get them, ladies.
If idiot dudes want to like subjectify or whatever.
Objectify?
That's the one.
Yep.
Whatever, I'm tired.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I don't know, if guys want to act dumb, take their money.
Honestly.
I don't know, right? Like, it is lame. I don't know. Guys, even if they wanted to do that, couldn't. So, who's the audience for that? It's like mostly other dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like the biggest guy in the gym, ladies aren't looking at him. Other dudes are like, "Oh, bro, you're looking big."
No, yeah.
Like,
I think the most stereotypically women are looking at the guy who's the most cut. They're not looking at the biggest guy.
Yeah. Like Brad Pitt from Fight Club or whatever. He's like not huge. He's just like super lean.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's there's not as much of an audience.
For sure.
So anyway,
interesting.
All
Kinda
that to
got
say,
ramped up.
yeah, I don't know.
I think it's amazing. I really like The Last of Us. I think that it's great for multiple reasons. And the biggest reason I think it's good is because it has just like real seeming characters, not like unobtainable, like, I don't know. I think it's great. Like a lot of video games or whatever, I think that like some of the imaging, like while I play it and enjoy it, I can see how it can be damaging. It's the same thing with like media or anything else and everything else like that. Hazel, stop.
You gotta just ignore her.
I'm trying.
Well, it didn't seem like it when you looked at her and said her name.
Oh, she's just like throwing me off. Ow.
What, you don't think any of The Last of Us is damaging, or just less damaging?
Well, I think that the violence probably, if you're sensitive to that.
Yeah.
You're a
big
there's
softie.
I think that there's like some kind of study or some kind of significant data for just about any little thing, because that's just how the world is. Maybe it's not significant. Maybe there's just like one, but I've heard enough about moms and dads being pissed off that their kids are playing like Grand Theft Auto or whatever else, and it's just like, read the room. The game's called Grand Theft Auto.
It's also rated M for mature.
You know what I mean?
They all have ratings on them.
I just remember that being a big deal, like, because there was like nudity in there. I'm just like, so it's simulated nudity
Yeah, you can make
in a
prostitutes
video
in some of them.
game. I'm just like,
I don't know, dude. If
I could see both sides. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
In the world of today, if you don't think your kid can get on the internet and see whatever they want to see.
Oh, they're looking at porn constantly.
Like, well, I don't even mean porn. I just, like, we grew up in a time when we used to watch people die. Like, real videos of that. I'm sure that still exists.
I mean, I didn't watch that.
You didn't. Probably more of a guy thing.
I don't know, weird.
You don't, well, you know about, like,
I watched
Rotten.com and all that
Smosh.
stuff.
No.
Oh, never mind.
I watched Smosh on YouTube.
I don't know what that is.
It's a YouTube channel from the dinosaur ages.
Yeah.
From the beginning of YouTube.
From back in the gap.
Yes,
yeah.
indeedy. Yeah. In MySpace.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had dial-up up until I was a sophomore in high school, so.
Yeah. Well, and before dial-up, we had nothing. If you can imagine that.
Yeah. Yo, the kids are like, dial-up.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you mean?
You grew up in the 1900s, dude. What was that like? Yeah, pretty wild. I agree. Last of Us is great. If we ever make a video game, we're gonna make all the characters trans, and maybe bi as well.
They're gonna be trans and bi.
Yeah, yeah.
Why not both? Oh,
don't
very exciting thing
I
actually
don't think
to
we're making a game
mention.
anytime soon, but if we do,
I'm watching the new season of 90 Day Fiance because why can't I? You know, why
very
shouldn't
exciting thing.
No, but hold on.
Okay.
There's a trans person on the show.
Oh, there you go.
Sick. It's very cool.
Yeah.
I'm all about representation.
From where?
From America.
Engaged to someone from somewhere else?
Yeah.
Where's the person from?
I can't remember.
Any guesses? Like continent?
No, I can't remember.
Fair enough.
But she, the person from America, like, they go on trips. She's like taking him on trips to like Mexico or whatever. The previews of the show make it seem like they're not going to end up together, but I've been wrong before. But I did think it was super cool.
You can
like,
never guess on those shows. It's never what you expect.
Yeah. The more, not to say that trans people are like an attraction or whatever else, that like at a zoo or whatever else, that's like not at all what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But it is good to have representation and to have just people in media who are willing to put themselves out there, who do identify as that, to make it more normalized.
Well, for sure, dude. Because that's the thing. Like in that video game, it's like, oh, they made her trans. It's like they didn't. No one is made trans. That's 100%. Like some people just exist like that. Like that's how it is, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
And even then, it's just kind of like the fact that that was a whole thing, and ultimately, it's like from the story, we can all tell and understand that Abby was a girl.
Yeah.
Her father's daughter.
Yeah.
Who just got very yoked throughout the
the
video game because she wanted to basically be able to beat someone to death.
Yeah. And so, she does when I'm playing with her.
And I think that the message from the people who said that she was trans is damaging.
Yeah.
Abby being trans, possibly, whatever, who cares? The people who are saying that about her, though, that's just kind of like saying like, oh, well, she's not a stereotypical woman who meets like the male gaze, so she must be trans.
Yeah, she must have used to have been a man. I don't know, dude. Bunch of nerds probably though upset about it. Who cares what they think?
Well, I've got news for them. She can't bang you. She's a video game character.
Yeah.
So
she's imaginary. Just everyone calm down, dude.
So even if she's not interested in you, it's fine.
Just everyone take a breath. None of these things are real.
She's not stopping you from getting yours.
Yeah.
So
it is always funny, like, oh, they forced that in there. Like, no one's forcing anything. Dude.
And even if they did choose to like, but even if someone put a character in there and they choose to do that, like, so what?
Well, yeah,
we
obviously feel that way.
Use your buying power and don't buy the game if you don't like it. But like, I think keep it to yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, don't be hateful just because you disagree.
Well,
I think you should agree with it ultimately, but don't sit there and like
you're not
be a hateful person about it. You know.
Good luck with that message, dude.
I feel like, well, it's just like any singular.
Why can't everyone get along?
You know, all I gotta say is, love thy neighbor.
Yeah, dude, that's what God.
Everyone is special,
unique.
What did
Jesus die for?
And beautiful. And we are all one and the same. And to hate your trans neighbor is to hate yourself.
You tell him, babe.
Honestly, this is coming from a hateful person.
Thanks for coming to my sermon. Yeah. Now I'm gonna go get in traffic and scream at 7 people.
No, for sure. Is it God's will, babe?
Yeah. It's God's will that I start slamming into cars on the road, dude.
Well, we're gonna go eat some soup now.
Yeah.
Got the rage out.
Yeah. This was fun. I hope you guys like listening to us talk about The Last of Us for an hour and a half.
Yeah, and to everyone who had to skip throughout the entire
if
episode.
You had to skip it because you haven't played the 10-year-old game or however old it is.
I guess that should be the title of the episode so people know. Last of Us spoilers.
Yeah. I was thinking Last of Them. Because I thought I was going to rip off that other guy's title.
Well, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, love you guys. Peace.
Yeah. Bye.